What if you win? What if on the next attempt you win? What if the next video you post you blow up? What if the next pitch you make you get the funding? What if the next business you start makes you a millionaire? You see, the question of what if you win is so powerful, and it has been a mental model that has kept me going even in the toughest times. Because isn't it always better to see it through, to see what could be, to just try it and see what happens, no matter the outcome? Because isn't it better to see it through, to leave no doubts on the table, to see it through and do it no matter the outcome? Because at least then you will know, instead of wonder for the rest of your life what could have been. And even if you fail, it doesn't matter. People are super obsessed about results, but in a way, results don't matter. Because you see, the things that you are supposed to do never change. And I have a perfect example for this. If I make a video and it gets 0 views, what is the next move? Well, to make another video and make it better. But if I make a video and get 1 million views, what is the next move? Well, it's still to make another video and make it better. And the same is with everything. If you make a sales call and you get a sale, then you're still supposed to read the script again, learn it better, and make another call. If you don't get the sale, you're still supposed to read the script, learn it better, and make another call. If you go to the gym and you hit every PR and you have the best workout of your life, you're still supposed to go next week again. And it's the same if you have a horrible workout. If you have a horrible workout, nothing works out, you fail everything, you're still supposed to go the next week. So the things that you're supposed to do never even change, whether you succeed or you fail, and no matter the results that you get. So you shouldn't even try to obsess over results. And that's another thing that has kept me super disciplined. Because I can always just think to myself, well, even if I had gotten the outcome that I wanted, I would still have to keep going, I would still have to keep working, keep studying, keep going to the gym, and all the exact same actions. So it has always kept me disciplined, because it means that every day that I don't do the correct actions, every day that I don't attempt something, I don't do something, is a day that I have wasted of my one and only life. And days are finite. Eventually you will run out of days where you can do stuff. You know, we will all run out of time. And so I always try to use my time as wisely as possible. And I have a very simple rule for this that you can even use yourself. And it's to either do something that you really enjoy right now, or do something that gives you even greater enjoyment later on. And perfect examples of these are, of course, the gym. You don't always enjoy going to the gym, but you being in great shape will give you even more enjoyment in the future. You might not always enjoy working, but you having worked hard and getting results, and you being able to be proud of yourself because you were a hard worker, those are things that will give you even more enjoyment in the future. So you should do those things. And so if there are things that don't give you any enjoyment in the future, and they don't feel enjoyable even now, then they are a waste. They are a waste of your time, and you shouldn't do them. And for that, you have to practice saying no, and to train that no muscle in your head. You see, I can't even tell you how many times people have invited me somewhere or asked me to go out and eat, and I've had to say that, you know what, I don't have time. Or I can't because those meals that we would eat out don't fit my macros and my diet, and so on. And there's a funny story about this, about when I'm in the university cafeteria. and we're talking with the friends, and one of my friends asks me, oh, would you want to play some video games later today? And I said no. And like, oh, I don't play video games anymore. And it's like, wow. And because my friends knew that I don't drink, I don't play video games, I don't do a lot of these things that people consider are like, oh, these cheap dopamine things, and so one of my friends literally asked me, why don't you do anything fun? And it really hit me. And it was like, what? Why don't I do anything fun? But to me, that question was extremely weird. And maybe I am weird, but I'm fine with being weird, because when you're weird, you are different, and that means you're exceptional. And so it was weird to me, because now that I had started focusing on my goals and my ambitions and my dreams, instead of, doing things that are fun, I had actually increased my life satisfaction. I'm happier with my life than I've ever been when I stopped caring about things that are fun, and I actually just started focusing on the things that actually matter in the long term, which are my goals and my ambitions. And so it was super, like, out of nowhere, it just hit me. Boom. And because I didn't feel like I was lacking fun. I had enjoyment and satisfaction from the fact that I was doing things that are actually worthwhile in the long term. And so, because we all have simply 24 hours a day, we all have to make the choices of, are we gonna scroll social media, or are we gonna do something that we will be proud of in the future? And one amazing tip that I have for you to help you say no when you have all these distractions, and how you can say no to all the distractions that take away from your goals and your ambitions, is to simply wake up early. And yes, it sounds super stupid, but there is a simple reason why it works. And the reason is, when you wake up early, everyone else is still sleeping. And so they cannot distract you. No one can invite you out. You're not gonna get a booty call at 8 a.m. Like, that just doesn't happen. And so if you're working early in the morning, you're going to the gym early in the morning, you don't even have to learn how to say no. You don't even have to say no, because there is no one asking you to do things that you have to say no to. So waking up early is like this super hack of eliminating all kinds of distractions, and where you can just focus and singularly target that one goal that you have, whether it be to work hard or study or go to the gym and so on. And that's an amazing tip to help you say no and eliminate those distractions that take away from your dreams and the discipline that you need. And another amazing mental model that has helped me in those tough times and when it feels hard, because eventually it's gonna be hard and tough times come and go. That's life. There will be hardships and there will be struggles. And in those times, I always love to remember, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I mean, people have literally been stranded in the wilderness for weeks without proper food and water, and where they barely sleep, and they're hiking through the jungle for weeks, and they survive. And that's what the human body is capable of. And so if I am, or you are, well fed, slept 8 hours, you're well hydrated, then you have no excuse not to work 10 hours a day. Think about it. Every time that you feel like, oh, I don't have the energy, I'm tired, it's hard, I might burn out. No, you won't. The human body can be pushed to such limits and so far that if you're in a nice office that's air conditioned, you're not having a blizzard blowing in your face, or raining inside, and you're out of the elements, you've slept well, you have food, and so on. Like, you clearly have all the conditions to work super hard, because the human body can work 20 hours a day hiking through the jungle without food, without water, And so if you have all those things, then you clearly are capable of it. It's just a mental blockade of, oh, you don't want to do it, but you can do it. And so I always love reminding myself, because deep down I know I'm not too tired. I don't lack energy. I just have to start doing it. And the moment I start doing it, I realize it was never that hard to begin with. It was simply all in my head. And so nothing is actually that hard if you just start doing it and do it. Because the human body is capable of more than you can ever imagine. And this also means that if you want to, you can work 7 days a week. I mean, once again, if we go back to the Stone Ages, people weren't having weekends off. You have to hunt every day. You have to go find food every day. Like, you can work 7 days a week if that's what you want to do and if that's necessary for your goals. And in a way, what a better competitive advantage than to work 7 days a week. And it doesn't mean that you have to work super long hours, but if you just do 2 hours or 3 hours on a Sunday or on a Saturday, that means that every week you're getting multiple hours ahead of your competition because they're taking weekends off and you are not. So what a fantastic competitive advantage this is to outcompete all of your opponents. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, if you work on the weekends, you literally get 48 hours of possible time every week that your competition won't use. And you know, even if you just work 30 minutes on a Sunday or do something a bit extra, you can always be just proud of the fact that you didn't do the bare minimum. You did more than what was simply required. And proudness is another one of those mental models that has really kept me going. I always like thinking to myself, what will I be proud of in the future? And you know, I'm gonna choose to do the actions that I will be proud of. And usually that means doing the hard thing, doing the difficult choice, and going down the route and the path that is rocky, that goes up the mountains instead of, you know, is a steady level playing field. And when it's hard, I always remind myself, you know, how proud I will be when I survive through this struggle. Because when you survive through struggles, you can be proud of yourself. And that feeling of proudness alone should motivate you to go and do big things. And you know, it changes that when things are hard, instead of it being a negative thing, it's actually a positive thing. Because the harder it is, the more you struggle, the more you suffer, the more there's hardship, the more you face rejection from the world, the more pain you have to suffer, the more proud you can be at the end when you make it. And so I always love thinking about when it's a hard time. You know what? If I just keep going, if I just survive, the story that I can tell will be so fantastic, so big and amazing that I can be so proud that all the pain is worth it, all the struggle is worth it, everything will be worth it. And you know, if you just think about the best stories that you've ever heard, they're not the easy ones, where everything came to the person easily. You know, the more struggle there is, the better the story, and the more proud you can be of yourself. And so you should hope that it's hard. You should intentionally choose to do the things that are hard and difficult and no one else is willing to do. Because then you have the stories to tell. Then you can be proud of yourself. And those things will get you really far. And lastly, the final mental model that has really kept me going, despite all the failures and everything that has happened, is that I just think to myself, what else is there to do? Think about it. What else can I even do except keep going? What else can I do except keep posting, keep going to the gym, keep working, keep studying, keep doing all these things? What else is there to do? to choose that for the rest of my life I will do something smaller than what I could have done. I will do something less impressive than what I could have done. Why would I ever choose that I use my one and only life on this planet to do something smaller than what I can? Surely, if I only have one shot at life, one opportunity, I should choose the biggest goal, the highest target, and aim for that and give it my all. And so, what else can you even do except just to keep grinding, keep going, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. And even in times of doubt, I can call upon God and I will be reminded that how can I fail when God loves me? And so, stay disciplined, chase your dreams, and God bless.